Hello, boys and girls. We are back to our learning today, and we are continuing with revision. Today, we are looking at mathematics from question 27 to question 35. There are some questions I have skipped that need other things to do, like there's the construction on question number 30. I cannot construct from here, I'll do it from the other blackboard so that you understand. But these ones that are here, I'll be able to solve them here on the whiteboard. Now, question number 27. What is the area of a rectangular plot, a triangular plot of land whose base is 800 meters and height is 500 meters in hectares, Now, it's triangular, again, not rectangular. These words are like tongue twisters to my tongue. Now, let's go on. So we find the area of the triangular plot of land. I have drawn a sketch of that plot of land, and so I want to find its area, and I have to write the formula of finding the area of a triangle. As you all know, that area of a triangle is a half multiplied by base multiplied by height. A half multiplied by base and multiplied by height. That is the formula of finding the area of a triangle. And so we will come and say area is equals to half multiplied by the base of this triangular plot of land is 800, and the height, perpendicular height, must form right angle with the base, 500, and that is it. And so we want to find out, we want to calculate now, simplify by cancelling. Now, 2 divided by 2 is 1. Now, 800 divided by 2 is 400. Now we have 400 multiplied by, now we have 400 multiplied by 500. Now 400 multiplied by 500, boys and girls will get 20, and then the 4 zeros. These 4 zeros, then 5 times 4 is 20. Now let's see. This is 200,000 square meters. This is 200,000 square meters. Now the answer must be in hectares. The answer must be in hectares. We convert. We say if 10,000 square meters equals to 1 hectare, 1 hectare is written that way. What about 200,000 square meters? And you can see we are converting from a smaller unit to a bigger unit. Smaller unit to bigger unit, you divide. And so we are dividing 200,000 by 10,000. Yes. 1 0 cancels the other. That way, that way, that way. And so we remain with 20. And so the area in hectares, is 20 hectares. And that is the right answer to this question. So that is the right answer to this question. Choice B. Follow the right steps and get the right answer. Remember, after finding the area in square meters, you convert it using this conversion of the units of area. 10,000 square meters equals to 1 hectare. Boys and girls, that's how you were supposed to do question number 27. Let's look at question number 28. It looks very simple. And indeed, it's not hard. It's simple. Let's look at it. We are working out 0.036. This is not 36, but 36 divided by 12. We express 0.036 as a fraction. It has 3 decimal places, so it will be written as 36/1000 divided by 12/1. Look at that. Now we are dividing fractions at this stage. Now we will say it is going to be equal to 36/1000. We change the sign to multiplication and reciprocate that fraction 1/12. Right? Now we can cancel, simplify by cancelling. 12 divided by 12 is 1, and 36 divided by 12 is 3. Boys and girls, that tells us that we are remaining with 3/1000. Now look at the blackboard keenly. We now want to convert this back to a decimal number. If we cancel 1 0, it creates a decimal there, and so you have to put there a 0. Are we there? Allow me to show you how this is done in a simple way. Then you cancel another 0. It transfers this decimal to the left again, and another 0 is created there. And again, now we cancel the other 0. It transfers the decimal to the left again, and another 0 is put there. So, in simple terms, the answer would be 0.003, and that is the answer. Be very careful. If we express a number, a decimal number as a fraction, what does that mean? We are storing the decimal places in these thousands. You have stored 3 decimal places in this 1000. And so, when we cancel it this way, we are restoring. Remember, we stored, all right? And so we are retrieving what we stored. Yeah? And you can see they can come out evidently. That's why that is the answer. So the answer here is D. That's the answer. Now let's go to, I hope you have understood that question. Let's go to question number 29. What is the value of x in the following figure? What is the value of x in the following figure? Now, this figure is not a triangle, it's not a square, it's not a circle, but it is a circle not drawn. And so the angles at a point add up to 360 degrees. Let me write that fact here. Angles at a point sum up (360 degrees). So these are angles at a point: 130, x, 45, and 90. That sign shows that this is 90 degrees. When you add them, you should get 360 degrees. And so let us use that law, that rule, to solve for x. And so we say that x plus 45 degrees plus 90 degrees plus 130 degrees equals to 360 degrees. Now, if we write that, we have fulfilled this rule. Angles at a point sum up to 360 degrees. I hope you have understood what I have done. Now, again I repeat, this sign here shows that this angle is 90 degrees. You do not need to calculate it. The sign will tell you what it is. Now, let's come here. Let us do the addition now. Let us do the addition. Allow me to do the addition from here. 45 plus 90, that gives us 135. Now we add 130. Now that gives us 265. So we will say x plus 265 degrees will give us 360 degrees. Look at that. We have added 45 to 90 and to 130, these three. And we got the answer as 265 degrees. Now, we are going to transfer plus 265 degrees to cross the equal sign to become minus 265 degrees. We subtract, right? As we subtract, 0 take away 5 is impossible, and so we borrow 1 from here. When we borrow 1, we remain with 5. We bring that 1 here to call that number 10. 10 take away 5, we all know is 5. Again, 5 take away 6 is impossible, and so we still borrow 1 from 3. We remain with 2. We bring that 1 here. Now we have 15. Take away 6, we get 9. 15 take away 6, we get 9. We get 9. And so, the value of x is 95 degrees. The value of x is 95 degrees. And so the answer here is A. Remember the rule, angles at a point sum up to 360 degrees. That is a statement, but you have to put it mathematically. And so this statement mathematically is this one: x plus 45 plus 90 plus 130 is equals to 360 degrees. And so when you put it mathematically, then you can now begin to work it out, and the answer is 95 degrees. Question 31. Question 30 is about construction, and I said I cannot construct on this board. I don't have the equipment for this board, but I will do it on blackboard in class. So let's go to question 31. Question 31 says, a school has 720 pupils. 720 pupils. That's both boys and girls. Now, 65% of the pupils are girls. 65% of the pupils are girls. Yes? What fraction represents boys in class? We want a fraction. No. 65% is the same as 65 over 100. That's 65%. These ones are girls. Now, if this 65 over 100 had to be a whole, one whole, it must have 100 over 100. And this one would represent a whole group, the total number of the pupils, and that is pupils. That means it represents both boys and girls. For us to know the fraction representing boys alone, we must subtract the one whole, yes, take away 65 over 100. Look at that, boys and girls. We all know this fundamental fact that says if the denominators are the same, you subtract the numerators directly. So this sum should be 100 take away 65 all over 100. I hope you can remember that a fact over there. And so if we take away 65 from 100, we get 35. Do we get 35? We get 35. 35 over 100. Now, that is the fraction that represents boys. However, we must simplify it. We must simplify it. Okay? It has a common divisor which is 5. There's a common divisor which is 5. 35 divided by 5 is 7. 100 divided by 5 is 20. So the fraction that represents boys is 7 over 20. I hope you have understood that. Now, there is another way of calculating this, but it would be very long. I didn't want to tire you with that long method, whereby you calculate the exact number of girls by putting 65% of 720, you get it? Then you subtract from 720 to get the number of boys, and then again you put the number of boys over 720, and then you simplify it to get 7 over 20. I hope you have understood. Now, the last question today, I have skipped question 32, because I believe that one you can easily get it, 33 and 34. Question is about the bill. 32 is about the bill. It's about the volume, length times width times height. Then 33 is about the odd numbers, first 15 odd numbers. Then 34 is about multiplication of capacity, units of capacity. I feel you can do that on your own. But let's remind ourselves on the magic square, Remember the rule. The rule is this, and I want to draw the rule here, and I want you to understand. Now the rule says horizontal. That line represents horizontal. This is horizontal. Horizontal. Then this one represents vertical. Then this one represents diagonal. This rule says the sum of the digits horizontally and the sum of the digits vertically and the sum of the digits diagonally must be equal. Must be equal. And so we find in the magic square, we look in the magic square and find out any section filled horizontally. That one is not filled, it has a P there. This one is not filled, it has a blank there. This one is not filled, it has a Q and a blank there. So horizontally, Let's go to vertically. This one is not filled, it has a Q. This one is not filled, and this one is not filled. Then you go diagonally. Diagonally, we have that one filled. Here we have 11, this one 8, and that one 5. And so we add 11 plus 8 plus 5. 11 plus 8, boys and girls, is 19. 19 plus 5 is 24. That gives us the total of the diagonal. And that total must also apply to horizontal sum and vertical sum. So let's begin here. Where there is P, we want to target what we have been asked. So 11 plus 7 plus P should give us 24. 11 plus 7 is 18, plus P should give us 24. So we transfer 8 that side, it becomes minus 8. Now we subtract here, we borrow 1 there and bring there 14 minus 8 is 6. That means the value of P is 6. Find, you see how we found 6. Now let's go to where there is Q, vertical. 11 plus 3 plus Q should give us 24. It must be 24. And so 11 plus 3 is 14. Plus Q should give us 24. Yes? And so we transfer 14 the other side. 4 minus 4 is 0, and 2 minus 1 is 10. So the value of Q is 10. That means the value of P and Q is 6 and 10. They want us to find the sum of the values of P and Q. So we add 6 plus 10, and that gives us 16. That is the answer, boys and girls. The answer here is A. That's how you were supposed to calculate that. Remember, if you add the digits horizontally, and the digits vertically, and the digits diagonally, they must give us the same sum. The same sum. And that's why I took these diagonal digits, and they gave us 24. And I used 24 to find P and used 24 to find Q. After finding the values of Q and P, I add them. Remember, sum of P and Q. Boys and girls, that is all for today. Have a lovely day ahead of you. Bye.